Hey there, my friends. Andy coming to you from Yorba, California for the Andy Falco Show. And on a recent Instagram Live I just did, I talked about the piles of information that I've received, that I've investigated and looked into in regard to what's currently happening in PYLUSD. I've been doing this for many years, looking into PYLUSD and all the people that are in the district that are of a position that impact the education of the children at the in all the schools that are in the district. But I've never seen it this bad since the last election, when the teachers union took over again, putting Carrie Buck in charge of the destruction of the school district. And it's gotten so bad that a number of people that may not have normally talked to me, which are people that are close to the superintendent, to the school board members, that are teachers and principals or friends away from the school district, people that know these people very well, have come to me and said, okay, now I can't take it anymore. I used to not like you, but now you've been right about everything. And so has Leandra, and so has a number of other people that have posted online. They go, you know what, we saw it and we were mad that you were exposing it at the time, but now it's gotten so bad that now we can't even take it anymore. So this is all coming to me. It's taken a while to kind of put the pieces together in a way that I hopefully will be able to share over a series of videos over the next weeks and months that are small chunks that are digestible. Because one of the things that's difficult to do in a school district, especially like PYLUSD, is that there's so many moving parts. You have the school board members, you have the superintendents of all the different portions of the school district departments, and you have consultants who have been brought in. You have, did I say the attorneys? We have a number of attorneys that come in and out from different different organizations, and so many different, just a lot of moving parts. And so I know when I've gotten on broadcast where I'm interviewing either Leander Blades or Todd Frazier or even Sean Youngblood at a period of time, and even Dr. Chernus, it can get very wonky because it starts kind of going all over the place and people's eyes glaze over, and it's very difficult to follow. So I'm going to do my very best. You can imagine all the information that is coming at me that include just private meetings and things that are being said, and rules that are being put in place by some of these people. It'll blow your mind away. And I'm going to, again, do my very best to kind of piece them out into just blocks of videos that stay focused on, as much as possible, one subject matter and don't trail off into a bunch of others, because it can be overwhelming. And I understand, and I've been told that before. So I'm going to start off with this video that is going to be the basis for everything else, because this video is Carrie Buck, in her own words, sharing exactly what I've been telling you over the years, and especially most recently. And that is that education is not a priority at Placentia, Yorba Unified School District. And I would venture to say many school districts, especially in California, that is not the goal. That the whole idea is to erase education, but instead insert a ideology, and I'm sorry to say this, it's just one of those words that gets overused, but an indoctrination into something that is everything but education. Now, to them, it's education. They're educating your children to believe nonsense and lies, and to believe that if they're minorities, that they're oppressed, and if they're white, that they're the oppressor, or that men have the right to compete against girls in girls' sports, that men have the right to go into girls' bathrooms, or men have the right to go into the girls' locker rooms, and that we need tampons in the boys' rooms. Because why? But by not educating children, you can get them to believe anything and actually go along with the nonsense. It's also a way to separating them from their parents, because what the school mafia, I had a bunch of other words that were going to come out, want you to believe is that they are not the parents' kids any longer. that they are the school district's kids. And that is really important to understand, and to not think that I'm just being hyperbolic or I'm saying something that's just not possible. No, I'm going to share this one video. This video I'm going to share with you is the basis, so that you clearly hear, in the words of Carrie Buck, who is the puppeteer in all of this. She has been on the school board for years. Well, I think I would venture to say maybe 2 decades. I'm going to have to find out. I have it written down somewhere, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But it's been a long time. And every time that she has had the power through the majority, that the common denominator in all of this has always been Carrie Buck. And everything I'm hearing from everybody is that she is the one who's leading all of this. And that if they don't follow her, that she will destroy you. These are the words of people that work within the school district and know her outside the school district. These are words that people have used in describing her to me, is that if you get on the wrong side of Carrie Buck, or if you don't agree with everything she says, she will destroy you. She will destroy your career. She will make sure that you are miserable as long as you stay and don't on your own either leave, or she will find a way to get you to leave, or she will find a way to fire you. And you're going to say, well, she's only a school board member. How could she do that? Trust me, this has been done, and she does it. And she has the ability to do it. She suspended a superintendent along with Quintero and an Anderson, and a deputy superintendent and a principal and a number of other people. She was able to suspend them and investigate them for something that never happened. She found a way to do that. And so don't tell me, if you're one of these people that are going to argue with me, that, well, she's just a school board member, or, she can't hire and fire people, or whatever the thing is. Just trust me, I'm going to bring you the evidence and the proof in future videos. But in this one, it's the focus on her simply saying the quiet part out loud in a moment of clarity, and just saying exactly what it is that she believes. And this comes from a school board meeting just in June, over a month ago, where they brought a presentation in where they were going to bring in this strategic plan called PYL Promise. So this presentation about PYL Promise was a bunch of words. Now, what I'm going to tell you in the future is that they say a bunch of words, but that doesn't mean they're actually going to do them. They want the public to believe that they're doing something positive, but what's happening behind the scenes is mostly not what it is they're trying to give you the impression that they say in these presentations on the school board meetings. But the strategic plan is called the PYL Promise, and there's 3 tenets, and let's go to my screen here, and it's connection, ready, and stronger. And that says nothing, right? I mean, those are just words. Rooted in connection. What does that mean? Ready for tomorrow. Okay. Like what? How are you going to do this? Stronger together. There's nothing there that says we're going to educate your kids in a way that they can do math in a way that brings them above the minimum standards. We're going to teach your kids how to read so that they can read in a way that is above minimum standards. We are going to teach your kids how to think in a way that brings them above minimum standards. We're going to teach them how to write. We're going to teach them U.S. history. Connection, ready, and stronger doesn't say any of those things, right? Now, their presentation will give you the impression that there's somewhere in there they're going to educate the kids. There's some wording. Maybe they said academics, or they said something that sounds like education, but the intention is not education. And you know who loves that? It's Carrie Buck. She found that to be the most fantastic thing about this entire presentation and about these words, connection, ready, and stronger. And it's really important for you to know that, because this is going to be the thing. If I can get you to understand her words here. Now, I just want you to hear her words. These words are meaningful because this is what she says are fantastic about this strategic plan, which they have a plan for it to go over the next 5 years. They have a very clear plan not to educate your kids, but to take your kids on another path that will make them something other than your children. So let's go to my screen here, and I'm going to play the video of Carrie Buck using her words. Now, that's not Carrie Buck. That's a student school board member. But Carrie Buck starts talking, and the camera doesn't change over until a little bit later on. So here we go.
That was great. My favorite part are the 3 key priorities: rooted in connection, ready for tomorrow, and stronger together. None of those things on the surface say education. It really is about the whole child and supporting them in their growth growing up to make sure they're successful adults. So I'm also thrilled and looking forward to it. So thank you for all the hard work and all of the time and investment into this. It's going to pay off.
All right. Did you hear what she said? She said her favorite part is that it says nothing about education, but about the whole child. And she's excited about this program they put together because it's going to bring that to fruition for her. At least she believes, unless we win the next election and elect Justin Aguirre and Todd Frazier so that we can take control of the school board as parents. But as long as Carrie Buck is in a position of power by having a majority on the school board, and in this case, she's president of the school board, is that she truly believes that this is fantastic, that the strategic plan says nothing about education, does nothing about education, has nothing to do with education, but instead addresses the whole child, which means they want the whole child. I do not want the school to have control of my whole child. I have control over my whole child until they're 18, and in some cases 19, depending on when they graduate from high school. I don't want them to have control of my whole child. I have control of their what they think of morally as much as I possibly can. I have control over when they participate in sports or when they don't. I have control over many of the things, their mental health, their physical health. I want control over that. The school district, if you don't know by now, and especially in the state of California education system, they want control of the whole child. They've done it in the legislature. They've done it through mandates in the education programs. Is that, just for example, they believe that they should have the say over whether your child should have a sex change operation or hormones or an abortion, and have all the rights to be able to do that without having to tell you. And then if anybody within the school district tips you off to any of these things, that person should be arrested for telling you as a parent. That is what they mean when they talk about it's about the whole child. And Carrie Buck says it here. She says that this strategic plan, the PYLUSD strategic plan called PYL Promise, is fantastic because it says nothing about education, but more so it addresses the whole child. So I want you to just soak that in. I want you to just keep that in your back pocket, because as I go forward with the next series of blocks of information about how they plan on doing this and the proof that they do plan on doing this, this will give you a good foundation so that it'll begin to make sense and it'll begin to come together. So this is just the first building block to know that she said it, that she believes it, and she means it. And so next video, in a couple of days, I'm going to be talking about this, the superintendent, Kim LeBlanc Esparza, the assistant superintendent, Candace Pelt, the advisor, who happens to be Kim's brain because she calls her thinking partner, that apparently she can't think, so she had to bring in somebody to help her think. And the enormous amount of money that we're paying these women to do this, to take out education and to make the children theirs and take control of the whole child. And you won't believe what we're paying these people. And you won't believe some of the things that are going on in the background. So I'm going to keep it at that. Just keep this in your back pocket. Share this out with as many people as possible so they can too start from the same place of a firm foundation in regard to Carrie Buck and her interest in taking your child from you. And subscribe to wherever you're watching this on so that you'll get notified the next time a video shows up. And again, even talk to the people that you know for a fact don't like me. I hear that all the time. I have a friend that won't watch you because she doesn't like you or he doesn't like you. Just get them, say, you know what, just kind of stomach him for the time being. Understand that I only bring you things that are factual and true and that I can support with discovery. If I ever had to go to court, I'd be able to bring in discovery to show that what I'm sharing to you with you is true. I would not do that. Again, I'm an expert witness, and that is my primary business right now. I testify in state courts and all over the country, and federal courts all over the country. And it would do me no good if I had a reputation of lying or making things up and not having the ability to show my evidence and show my work. So just get some of the people that you know that have had a sour taste in their mouth for my videos and see if you can't get them to engage, because this stuff is really important. Their kids' lives are on the line. All right, my friends, that's it. Talk to you later. Take care. Bye.